All right. How's everything going over there in India?
Everything is fine. Everything is
Okay.
perfect. Yep.
Just just give okay, first of all, my name is Thomas Kielbasinski, Industry Illumination host, and we've done over 500 episodes with different people like you, your entrepreneurs, specialists and stuff like that with business, whatever. A lot of different stuff, authors, executives, CEOs, and stuff like that. Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. I am, of course, my name is Malay Damania and I am a business coach. By qualification, I'm chartered accountant. I am author of two books. One is Business Champ and one is Finance for Non-Finance Entrepreneurs. So the second book, Finance for Non-Finance Entrepreneurs, is just published last month. The idea is that all the entrepreneurs who come from non-finance background, what is the basic financial literacy they need to have to be able to get more clarity and control over their business? Because business is all about the numbers. And if we don't understand our numbers well, then probably we are likely to make some wrong decision in business. So that was the thought process with which this book is written in a very simple language, in a way that a non-finance person understands. So yeah, and I am a keynote speaker also at various corporates, um, associations, even universities. I give them some sessions, some guest lectures. That is what I am. I was practicing as a chartered accountant for the last 30 years, and since 5 years now, I've completely migrated and become a business coach, working with business owners, helping them to create strategies, systems, processes so that they can scale their business.
But a lot of businesses need that these days with the way the economy is everywhere, especially the US. I just talked to somebody from Canada who is a business banker and a strategist, and boy, oh boy, it is so tough to run those businesses out there. I have several different businesses myself, and I'm telling you what, to stay on top of it is a very, very big thing. And I'm telling you what, even I need a business coach myself. Even though I have 25 years of experience, it does not mean squat. I get business advice off of other people because some people have 35, 45 years of experience, you know what I mean? So it's fascinating also about you have two books out. That's excellent.
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah.
author myself. I have a project, Strategies of America, that made Random Penguin House as in one of the top books. And I'm working on it for to be a bestseller, but that's a low priority because it's one of those things like one in a million chance. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, tell me more about your books. Where can we purchase your books at? And where are they? Are they on Amazon?
Yes, yes. They are on Amazon, um, Amazon US, Amazon, of course, India, uh, Amazon UK. I'm not sure about other countries, but in on Amazon we also have the Kindle version of this book.
Have you ever tried to approach a publisher or maybe get it self-published and like go in and put it on Lulu or like these other websites instead of Amazon?
Thomas, I have my books also on the websites of bookberry.com. There
Hmm.
is BookBub and the publisher Notion Press. But my experience, my first book was 4 years back, and my experience has been that 90% of the books are sold from Amazon.
Oh, wow.
Amazon is really dominating the market.
Yeah, I would say so myself. I would say that. Like, let me ask you something. Do the books as a hobby or is it a side income?
Not as a side income, that is not the objective, but it is very important to position yourself when you go as a coach and you also are an author of a couple of books that really you are able to position yourself much better before your clients. So I
That's
think
very, yes.
not the side income, but positioning has a lot to do with your other assignments.
Okay, we just have a few questions here for you. We're going to make this like a 20 to 25-minute interview, and go from there. But take your time. If we go over, it's no big deal. So, we have never had more access to information about what we do today. Books, podcasts, courses, all we know more than ever before. So, what do you think so many people still struggle to act like what they already know?
So look, now we are living in an era where information is not a problem. We can get access to information at the tip of our fingers, right? Google has been there for many years, but today we have all the chat GPT, Claude, and all the AI tools, so that information is all at the fingertips. Question is now no longer of the information. That age is gone. I think today the age is about implementation, and that is the whole criteria or the whole challenge that comes. The gap is not between information and success. The gap is between intention and execution. So end of the day, look, everybody knows that they should get up early in the morning. They should, if they want to remain fit, they should go for a walk or a jog, or they should go to gym. They need to read books. They need to delegate work. They need to follow up with clients. These are all very basic things and everyone knows it. But how many of these people actually go ahead and do it? So the knowledge is, I don't think knowledge is now a big problem. But the whole challenge is execution. And end of the day, the result come only because of execution. Nobody is going to reward you for your knowledge. It's only the result that you produce, and you are able to produce result only while after you take action and you execute things. So I think it is a foregone conclusion now that the biggest challenge that people face today is all about execution. How do
Yes.
I translate my understanding or my knowledge into practice, take action, take consistent action so that I'll be able to deliver results?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100% with that. Yep. Yep. How you use the information. It's like having the skills, being talented. How do you use those skills to make money? Execution is a key thing right there, big time, and how you do it. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
how you
see.
do it. Absolutely.
Number two,
Absolutely.
in all the years of coaching business owners and leaders, have you noticed a common pattern that separates people who consistently execute from those who that still stay stuck?
Absolutely. I mean, look, people, I mean, lot of people are stuck. Why are they stuck today? The There are different mindset that stops them. One set of people feel that, I want to really master it. I want to become perfect before I take action. And that's why they spend a lot of time strategizing, thinking about it, that what should I do? And in the process of that, they are not taking action. So perfection is a mindset which leads them to procrastinate. And I think perfection is a myth. There is nothing like perfection. Unless you start acting, unless you put things into action, you will never get clarity about how do you want to improve. So something which people need to understand, that it is not perfection at all. Then there are people I've faced, I've encountered and I've dealt with in my career. A lot of people are afraid to fail. If I start acting, and what if I fail? Then what will people say? How will I be perceived by other people if I fail? And this is, I think, one of the biggest misconception that a lot of people carry, that failure is bad. I don't think failure is bad. Failure is a part and parcel of the journey. If you want to reach, if you want to achieve success, you have to be willing to embrace failures, because it's a
Yes.
very, very inevitable part of that journey. And it is okay to fail. The very fact that you are failing, that means you are trying something new. You are making an attempt. And therefore, I think the whole understanding about failure, that I failed, no, it is, failure is not a rejection. Failure is just that you are not able to do in a particular way. Now you need to, of course, get better. You need to improve and try another way. So that's another thing which I feel, Thomas, is that that the whole perception about failure, that needs to change in the mindset. The third thing I feel why people don't get into action is, a lot of people are in their comfort zone. If I don't get into action today, my life is not going to change tomorrow. There is not going to be any drastic change in the short run. And therefore, I am under that impression that even if I don't get into action, or even if I don't execute, it is not changing my life. The
Okay.
misunderstanding here is that if we are not acting, it is not changing today, but in the long run, it is definitely going to make a huge impact. So remaining in the comfort zone, obviously it will not going to change overnight, but over time, it is going to have a drastic impact on your life. So these are some of the things that I think keeps people from not venturing out, trying out things, and just stay and just think about doing something different, something better. Just think about it, but they don't put it into practice.
Exactly. Yeah. And I agree with you that failure is not failing. It's called improving. It's like when you're in baseball, you strike out, you strike out, you strike out. You're trying to hit the ball. But
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
fail, you are always have the next day where you get 5 hits, success. So, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. Failing is not an option, but it is an option to improve. So
exactly.
definitely I do agree with you on that one. Let's go on to the next question. Yeah.
So we just before go that, we say that I never fail. I either succeed or I learn. Because if I fail, that means I'm learning that this is not the way to go. Let me try out something different, something better. Yeah.
Okay, you might have answered this question, but I'm going to try it anyways. It's because we were getting into deep into the failure part. Do you think the biggest obstacle to action is fear, or do you think it's something much more subtle that most of us don't even recognize?
Most of us are, I think, a lot of things are not there on the surface level, but it is on the subconscious level. And the non-acting, as I already said, failure is something which is looked upon as rejection. And obviously nobody wants to be rejected by people. Nobody wants to look bad in the eyes of other people. So I think the whole understanding about the failure, that needs to have that shift, that it's not it's not bad. So of course, we already discussed about the failure, but it sometimes it is not there consciously, but it is underneath. It is running in your subconscious mind, and that prevents you from taking those actions.
All right. Question number 4. We often blame a lack of time, money, or opportunity for not making progress. In your experience, are there the real barriers, or they have sometimes the excuses we had behind?
I mean, these are all excuses. We have seen number of stories whereby people who have come from a very difficult background, they have no money, they have no support, They've got a lot of other challenges, but in spite of them, when I decide to do something good, something better, I decide to improve my life and I get into action. And it is not just one of action. I need to, believe in myself. I need to get into action and I need to be consistent with my actions. And when I do that, I don't think these are the things that are going to matter to me. Yes, my path can be more difficult, but it is I if I decide and if I get into action, if I execute it, I'm definitely going to achieve what I want to achieve. So it is, I would say, it's not what happens to you, but what you do about what happens to you. That changes everything. So we got to take charge of our life. We got to, have that courage to keep going, and we got to believe in ourselves. So it's
Exactly.
it's it's a lot about mindset before you get into action. But once you believe and once you have that courage and you get into action and you keep repeating it, I don't think the factors like lack of money, lack of time, lack of support, any of those are going to come in your way. Even they come in your way, but then you will be able to overcome them sooner than the
Yep.
later.
Yes, exactly. Is there a difference between, wait a second, hold it. Is there a difference between being busy and making progress? If so, how can someone tell they are confusing movement with momentum?
Uh, we we all know about Pareto principle, right? 80% of the result come from 20% of efforts. Where am I putting my time? That what am I doing in the available time? Everybody has got 24 hours in a day. Rich, poor, anyone. Everybody have got 24 hours. Where am I putting my time is going to decide what result I'll be able to produce. So if I'm going to office and if I'm just remaining busy with my emails, WhatsApp, social media, and all those trivial work, I'm naturally going to be busy, but not being able to produce result or not being able to move towards my goals. And therefore, it is important we cannot mistake activity for accomplishments. So being busy is no guarantee of success because everybody are busy. Even we say that even ants are busy, but everybody are busy. But where are you spending your time? That is very, very important. So rather than getting involved into too many things, when we start focusing on those one, two, or three things which are really, really important, which will move the needle in your favor, we got to involve ourselves doing those activities. Only then the result will come. So we just don't want to remain busy, but we want to be productive. Something that helps me move towards my goals. And Thomas, we know what we need to do. We know what is important, but our mind is, such designed in a way that, we just get dragged into doing those easy things. And we say that if you do what is easy, the life is going to be difficult. But if you do what is difficult today, the life will eventually become easy.
Yep. Okay, let's see here. Another question. Let's see. Have you ever worked with someone who has always had talent, knowledge, and potential to succeed, but still couldn't move forward? What was really holding them back?
No, sorry. Can you repeat the question, please?
Have you ever worked with someone who had all the talent, knowledge and potential to succeed, but still couldn't move forward. What was really holding them back?
Okay. Uh, I've actually worked with multiple business owners over the last 30 years, and I've seen some of the great minds, very talented, very good at their product or service, but they have not all been successful. And it is not just the execution, but there are many other things. Execution is one of them. But today, the skill about people management, somebody look in business, it is not important. It is not uh, only thing is not about your product or service. There are many other things which are important other than your being your expert in product and service. And one of the important aspect is people management. How are you building your team? How are you building your second line? How are you inspiring your people to be able to deliver? Because at the end of the day, it is not just about you doing things, it is about the team. Then getting into comfort zone, as I already said, there are people who feel that, because they are talented, they'll be able to pull things off. But no, it requires a lot of hard work, dedication, and persistence to be able to produce results. So, and evolving with time. Just because I am successful today is no guarantee that I will be successful tomorrow. Because as you know, the things are changing very fast. The technology is coming. The expectation of your customers are changing very fast. The challenges that people face is also are very different. And therefore, you got to constantly look out for things in your sector which are changing. Things and whether you are remaining ahead of the curve to be able to foresee or preempt what are the required things from your business and whether you are adapting to that change or not. I think just talent is not enough. You got to be more adaptive to technology, adaptive to the needs, pain points, and challenges of your customers, and have a team of people who you are able to motivate them, bring the best out of them. That is the key to be able to succeed in the business, I think.
Very, very good answers. Very, very valid points. This is why you're the coach. For sure.
Thank you.
Yes. Amazing answers. And this is going to do it for the show here. We gave you, I think, 25 to 30 minutes of time. And what'll happen next is I want to hook up with you on LinkedIn
Okay.
and get a connection, recommend your work, you recommend my show, boom, boom, trade. And then let's see. So here's the deal how this works. Once it's done, I upload it to my channel and it goes to LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, and TikTok. And you'll be able to see it on there.
Okay. So I am there on LinkedIn, Instagram. I have my YouTube channel, but
Okay.
I'm not on Twitter. But yeah, Insta, LinkedIn, I
That's
am
all
very
right.
much active.
No problem. I will find you. And basically, my assistant usually does it for me so that she can just say, hey, this is where's that, blah, 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 blah. Sends the link over, and that's it. We're good. I'll send you
Okay.
an invite shortly. But hey, it was great to meet you and good luck with your industry.
Thank you so much, Thomas. It was pleasure talking to you. And yeah, we'll get in touch with on the social media platform, LinkedIn and Instagram.
All right, no problem. You have yourself a great day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.